I seen it myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, man. I appreciate you guys for coming through tonight. We got Mr. Jones, we got JP, we got what's up, JP, JQ, what it do, huh? You want to perform too? Okay. We got the ones and only. Are you ready? What's up, Keno, Fifth Ave? Yeah, it's a call-in show. What's up, K-Dub? It's a call-in show. And without further ado, coming to the stage. The most graceful, the most talented, the most elegant, student of the month, star of the week, Kennedy, Lenny Jean Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen. Hawthorne. Kennedy, Lenny Jean Hawthorne with the curtsy, ladies and gentlemen. Coming next to the stage, the gentleman, the award-winning student, the greatest brother I know, Lincoln Curtis Gerald Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen. Hawthorne. The gentleman, Lincoln, Curtis, Gerald, Hawthorne, ladies and gentlemen, Hawthorne. Thank you, Kennedy. Thank you. Perfect. Perfect. Good night. Love you. And
I'm gonna stay here and see if he said perfect for nothing and see if we turn it a little bit.
all right. Bedtime story time. All right. All right. And yes.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah. Love you. All right. All right. Now we're moving on with the show, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. I know you got me on. I know you got the game on mute and you watching. It's a good game, 23-24. Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Is it called Vegas Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders? Obviously Las Vegas Raiders, right? And but yeah, man. So that's what we got tonight, man. And yeah, Steinway coming soon. Yeah, I know. Actually, we drove by Steinway Friday, and yeah, we'll get one eventually. Yeah, man. Yeah. The LA City Council member. Yeah. She'll get fired. I mean, that's easy. She gone. You know what I mean? But the next person gonna feel the same way. It's their district. Like, if listen, that politician is gone. The reality is in LA, in Los Angeles, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I don't know how it is in your areas, but the representatives typically they look like the council, that the district that they're in. So in the black area, I have Marquise. What's his last name? Something I forget. District 8. I'm drawing a blank on his name. In East LA, you got Gil Cedillo, you got all those other men and women, and that's their sentiment. You know what I mean? It's just the reality of it. They got caught with their pants hanging down. But the next person they bring in gonna think the same way about their district. It ain't gonna change. You know, they got to get votes too now. You know what I'm saying? So yes, they got caught with their pants down. So she got to go and he got to go, and I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I actually, you said, do I think it was racist? No, it has nothing to do with racism. It's an ideology. You know what I'm saying? It's just that they're gonna have the same mindset. You know what I mean? They got caught with their pants halfway, so she got to go. You know, if a black politician says that about a Latino politician, the black politician got to go too. But it don't change what you got to do to get these votes. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't change. So that's the perspective I'm coming from. You know, they got caught on tape, they got to go. And LA ain't gonna get better. You know, we still gonna elect Maxine Waters and all those other Latino councilmen and women that been in office for 30, 40 years and ain't changed nothing. You know, so it's they just want your vote, man. You know, and they be cool on social media and take pictures with celebrities and famous people, and you know, that's just the reality of this thing, man. So that's it. So I'm for her losing her job. I'm for it. I would support that, but it's not going to change the energy who represents that district. You know, so but she was the city council president, which means she represents all council members. But she's originally from and a predominantly Latino district. So that's my thoughts on that. So I do support her leaving and be gone because she got caught with her pants down. You know, when I'm with my friends, I hope they not recording me. Because let me tell you something, everybody gets it on Saturday night when I'm watching sports. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm with my friends, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? And if we're honest with each other, we all, through yourself, you know others. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's not racism. You know, get your black ass up, man. Make the fucking tackle. You know what I mean? Shit. You know, it's all relative. You know, so you know, shit. You know, when that when that gay lineman played for the Raiders, man, why they get that gay motherfucker? Why that gay motherfucker on the team, man? We should have got a straight motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's all relative. You know, it's all relative to the reality, man. So we got so what we not gonna do is pretend that shit didn't happen. Because when I'm in the supermarket and I see, look at that badass little kid, and whatever ethnicity that is, I'm gonna think it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. So I'm not gonna sit. Fred ain't gonna lie to y'all. You know what I mean? Fred ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be honest. That don't make me racist. That just make me human. And I think most humans act that way. You know, and I personally don't take offense to it. Because I'm 45. If I hear you saying that at 22, 23, yeah, I might get offended then, you know, but you know, I'm more forward thinking than that. So it is what it is, man. You know, I have a white friend in my accountability group. You know what I mean? Love them to death. Every time we see each other, I say a racist joke. Every time I see him. You know, I see him once or twice a year, man. And I think of the worst white joke I could think of, the worst one. And I've been doing it for 22 years now, 23 years now. Hold on one second. So I don't think that makes me a racist. I mean, if you're not a part of the crew, I choose when I want to say it. You know what I mean? So am I mad at her for saying that badass black kid? No. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's politics, so she got to go, and that's just the reality of this game. But y'all niggas say the same thing when y'all at Walmart, Target, at the mall. So I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna pretend. You know, so it is what it is. But anyways, we shall move on. And that's why I'm not offended when Mexicans come, or say non-black people come in the shop and say how they feel. I'm not offended by it. Now, if you saying, you motherfucking nigga, you piece of shit, you slave, then that's a little bit different. You know, but if you know, it is what it is. But yeah. So where are we, man? Where are we? What else I definitely want to talk about the hip hop kids and how these hip hop guys are just terrible. There's a percentage of them that are below, I'm gonna say below average fathers. You know, and what made me think of it is because I see T.I. that made news today, and 50 Cent been making news for years, but the $6,700 and people saying, well, that's enough money. No, he needs his father in his life, man. You know, 50 Cent is a below average father. You know, it's really simple. And I think that um um oh no, shit. I made a mistake. Sorry guys, 1 second. There we go. All right, I'm back. So there is a I'm back now. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I got a new phone today. I can't believe I spent this much money on the phone, dog. I'm sitting there hyperventilating at the damn store. How much? Oh God. Hilarious, man. Fucking hilarious. I'm just filibuster right now. But with no goal. Yeah, but I did see the Charleston White. I didn't hear what he had to say, but I see it on my Instagram feed. You know, Charleston White is big time now. That motherfucker more popular than rappers now. He don't even rap, you know, but you know, he speaks some truth. He's entertaining. You know, he stands his ground, and it took someone like him to really show the kink in the armor in these celebrities and in the ideologies of black people. Um, it took someone like him, and I'm glad he's doing it. I'm happy. And I think Ti needs to go home and be a father. That's what I say. His son went to jail. His daughter had a baby out of wedlock. And he's claiming still to be the toughest guy in Atlanta. Nigga, go be a father. You know what I mean? 50 Cent got all this money and he got a son publicly destroying him. Oh man, go be a father, man. That shit should not be made public, man. Your kids should not be on the internet destroying you. Y'all could have a bad relationship, terrible relationship, but they shouldn't be on the internet literally destroying you, man. And but that speaks to the culture, you know. Hip hop doesn't promote fatherhood. You got songs, you got a few artists, but hip hop don't promote be a great father to your son, be a great father to your daughter, raise your daughter to be like Proverbs 31. Uh um it's like that, man. Oh, he missed it. Wow. Yeah, he's still like, yeah, Ti 40 years old, man. Throw that shit away. Throw that little hip hop, I'm tougher than you profile away. Throw that shit in the garbage, man. That shit's stupid, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Holding, oh my God. Holding on the Raiders. So they got a re-kick and it may be an automatic first down. Damn. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's really embarrassing. He told his son, here's what he told his son. He told his son he was having problems at the market, and he told this, or at a restaurant, he says, man, there are people that are gonna be jealous of you, man. I'm like, huh? You got to be respectful to everybody, man. He carrying that ego, and guess what? His son act just like him. His son act just like him, man. Motherfucker, motherfucker this, motherfucker that, motherfucker this, motherfucker that. And here we are doing the same shit. Like father, like son, you know. And when you speak terrible of your kids, you got Nick Cannon I bet Nick don't even know all his kids' names. I bet Nick Cannon can't say all his kids' full names. I'm willing to bet you. You got Nick Cannon, you got Ti, you got 50 Cent, you had a whole bunch of other people too. But man, it's just time, man. We just gotta value 20 kids. You can't, yeah. We just gotta value the normal season life, man. They make everything out to be everything got to be Hollywood. Everything got to be gangster, or everything got to be Hollywood. You know, everyone want to be famous, and they dropping their kids off to go to a club, and it's sheesh. I saw that today. I heard like 3 minutes of what Ti said, and I was like, I'm sitting there like, it's I'm sitting there like, dude, that's how you respond to this? Matter of fact, I wouldn't even respond it. It's not even worth responding, you know? No, I'm sorry, Nando. Hip hop don't promote fatherhood. Nah. Hip hop don't promote fatherhood. Hip hop promotes, I'm gonna fuck this black bitch with this big ass, and and then I'm gonna fuck her friend. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now what we ain't gonna do is lie. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna sit here and lie and be like, oh yeah, this is what we do. Nah, we ain't doing that. Um, so yeah, man. Hip hop is I don't even play hip hop around my kids. We listen to Happy Feel. Actually, it's called Hawthorne Feelings in the Air. Yeah, man. I don't listen to none of that shit, man. You're famous, friend. I ain't fucking famous. Nigga, I just talk to y'all for 2 hours a night, man, and we have fun. And Rayshawn is gonna talk right now. What's up, Ray?
Nah, I just think it's real funny how you was talking about the hip hop and the music because that's what it is, bro. I always say that crap is music. And one thing I want to ask you, you a little bit older than me, so you probably know this better than me. Did it seem like when the music wasn't that bad as far as black music, it wasn't being promoted as much as far as like the 80s music?
Mm-hmm.
As far, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like, for example, I heard about this, and like I said, I'm not, I wasn't born in the 80s, but what I heard was they wouldn't play black people on MTV
Mm.
at all. But then it's like, okay, when the wave started happening and they started playing us, it was morely at that point where everybody was being ignorant. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Nah, it's cool to be ignorant now.
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to figure this out myself. Because it seemed like like back in the '80s, in the early '80s, it was all about disco, that funk stuff, all that type of music, love music.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as soon as the gangster rap come out, that's what started to get more attention. So at that point, like you said, it started to like they like ignorantness. Ignorantness gets pushed to the front line. I remember actually watching a documentary about Rick James. They
Mm-hmm.
said Rick James hated rap when it first come out. He thought it was the worst thing that could ever happen to music.
Mm.
Then some dude stole his song, the Super Freak,
Mm-hmm.
MC Hammer. MC Hammer can't touch this. Then he started getting checks for it. He wasn't tripping off of it that much no more.
Mm.
But you know what I mean? Like the point was like it was a whole little wave of that. And then at that point it seemed like, yeah, they just got worse and worse and worse when it comes to the music.
Right.
Like I was born and my mom grew up listening to NWA, like she was probably about what, 16, 17 when that come out,
Oh.
So it's like, like that was the era in which I was raised in, listening to that type of stuff. My mom played that type of stuff all the time. But
Right.
one thing about me, I was always mature enough to understand. My mom explained that stuff to me, and I'll be explaining it to my kids. If we ever do come across these songs, I always tell them what these words mean, how we don't use them against each other. And we really just majority listen to music. As far as me and my wife, when it comes to music, we listen to instrumentals a lot of the times because we like a lot of the beats. That's
Yeah.
what they do. They will you in with these beats, And then if you really pay attention, then it's bad language. The problem is for real, is people are not mature enough to listen to this music, and
Right.
that's what it boils down to. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because it's simple for me to listen to it and it not affect me because I'm mature enough,
Mm.
But like certain people, bro, they literally copy what they hear in the music, and that's why it gotten to this point.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like
I get you.
it's really bad. It's really bad,
I get you.
Like I really feel like it's sad a lot of the times too because like everything, and then it's like people are saying that the women is bad, and it's real bad because it is real bad for the girls right now. But it started off with the dudes, like I always point out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the girls is just copying the dudes, bro. That's what women are supposed to do. They follow the men. So when the men started making music like that and it sold and got pushed to the front line, well, there's videos of girls shaking booty and shit, and that was what was popular. The girls just start doing everything they fucking self. It's like they kind of cut the dude out at this point.
Mm.
It's crazy, bro. We in crazy times right now. I don't even know how to really, like I said, we control what we listen to. A lot of the stuff we be listening to in my house is really 80s music, bro. Like when it comes to the kids like Michael Jackson, bro. And like I don't even tell them about Michael Jackson like that, but
You muted yourself. Coach Hudson, you muted yourself.
yeah, my fault, bro. My fault, bro. I got
Uh,
all these kids running around right now.
uh,
But
yeah.
yeah, because I'm trying to cook for them. They all being impatient too at the same time. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get right back with you because they over here rushing me
All
now.
right, for sure.
All right, bro.
All right. Yeah, Coach Berryhill, man, y'all took an L, man. It was an entertaining game, though. 5-1 ain't too bad. You one game away from making the bowl. It ain't too bad. Hopefully, they still got y'all in the top 25. It was an entertaining game. definitely an entertaining game. Was it Kansas and TCU? It was, yeah, entertaining game. But yeah, man, you got NBA YoungBoy, and oh shit, that leads us to Floyd and Floyd's daughter twerking at a gas station. And I'm telling you, man, your kids will emulate your worst behaviors and your best behaviors. T.I.'s son cussing and challenging a grown man to a fight. Floyd Mayweather disrespecting women for years, and his daughter twerking at the gas station. There's symmetry there, you know. And LeBron James, he gets a Nike deal, so his son gets a Nike deal. There's symmetry there, man. You know, LeBron, it's just the reality of this thing, man. So you got to mask your terrible behaviors, man. You got to minimize them because your kids will be emulating them. All right. And it's really, really incredibly important that we do. And the other topic I wanted to talk to you guys about, 60% of the murderers. Let me pull up. Let me. Oh man, I got to send it to myself. 60. I got a new phone, so 60% of the murderers in America are Black. And I saw this statistic, and you know how it just makes you like sobers you up a little bit. This shit kind of sobered me up a little bit, man. What's up, KB?
So Fred,
How you feel, dog?
I'm good, man. Yo, so you know what really irritates me about our people, about us?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Everything that we celebrate is always like the worst things for us.
Yeah.
Like we celebrate robbing, killing motherfuckers, just all kind of like bad shit, bro. Like, why do you think that is?
Because I think if you play it in repetition, people will believe it. You know what I'm saying? And we falling for it. And then you say, if you do this, you'll make the most money. Shit, I'm do all that shit. Matter of fact, I'm about to double down on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
and I think that plays a huge part in it.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Because I was having a conversation with a guy today, and you know, we was just or whatever talking about it and stuff. Like, and I was trying to figure out, I couldn't come up with any kind of answer because the guy had asked me that. He was like, whatever, like, you know, why do y'all celebrate just like the worst thing? And I was like, damn, I really don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, and T.I., he need to cut that shit out, man. He's too old for that.
Way too old for that shit. Way too old. Like you supposed to be marching. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be meeting with politicians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I don't know who these people are that is out here listening to Lil Boosie like he's supposed to be some kind of damn civil rights activist. He's the last person that needs to be talking about Black empowerment, anything. 90% of his music is him talking about killing niggas. Yeah. Like, I don't understand this shit, bro. Like, at all.
Insane, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yep. But
it makes no sense. And I actually said that. When did he become the voice of reason, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, yeah.
How is he? Why did we give this man the option to be voice of reason, dog? He shouldn't be no fucking voice of reason.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't even be listening to this guy. You know, man.
They turning Boosie into fucking like Martin Luther King or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is my call though, Fred, man. I'm out.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, KB. All right, here's the national statistics from the government. Can you guys see this? Black or African Americans? 60.4% of the perpetrators that do murder are black. Close to 8,000 people. Close to 8,000 people. 7,875. And I know we get on here and we say it's white supremacy, it's this, but we can't be 13% of the population and be 60% of the killers. I'm going to say this again. We can't be 13% of the population and 60% of the killers. It literally makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. And I don't even think with these outlandish statistics, I don't think we have the ability. No, let me fix that. How can I say this? Let's see. How can I say this? It shouldn't be. I would say it's over 50% accountability versus the systemic, way over 50. I don't know what the percentage over it is, but at this point, I think that it's I think it's time for us. I really think it's time for us to really hone in. And much of this is because we don't hold people accountable. If we didn't pretend like it's cool to rob, steal, and kill, we got motherfuckers arguing on the internet over street credibility. Like, I don't want no street credibility. You can have that. You know? I think that it's I'm watching this game. I think men that work hard every day and let's say do the right thing, have a level of integrity, gotta hold the people not necessarily, you don't even gotta hold them accountable, but we gotta lessen that level of conversations in our community. Because black people only live in 10 cities, y'all. let's be, I'm being facetious when I say that, but you know, if we talking millions and hundreds of thousands of people, you know, it's only 10 places in America where they live, right? And you can see it on the map. In the national election, you can see it, you know. But if we didn't think it was cool, I think that would get rid of the percentages of it. I think the people who commit crime should be embarrassed around hardworking men. We need to make them feel small. Need to make them feel tiny, less than human, you know? And if we can do that on a consistent basis, then we won't give these niggas no oxygen. These niggas can just go away. Just fui, au revoir, sayonara. You know, so um it's I think it's a mindset. It's us perpetrating um those stereotypes in our community. It's we think being gangster is cool. Being gangster is and I'm talking about a street gangster. Uh, that's a badge of honor. Being gangster gets you the most girls. Being gangster is um, sell the most drugs, sell the most weed. You know, we gotta throw away that narrative. We literally got to get rid of that narrative. Just throw it away. It's time. It's time to make drug dealers feel stupid when they amongst men. It's time for pimps. We got to make pimps sound stupid. Hey man, I pimped this hoe. We look at it like, what are you talking about, nigga? Or let's see, gangbangers. Gangbangers, yeah, gangbangers are next. We really got to make gangbangers be like, oh nah, we don't do that here, man. Nah, we don't plan to hurt other black people. Nah, for real, for real. Nah, we don't do that. You know, so um I think that'll set a tone, man. I think that'll set a big, huge tone um, as it pertains to um, us and um, the realities of us. Because when you go to these major cities, I live in a major city. When you go to New York and I guess Atlanta and Los Angeles and Chicago and Philadelphia, it don't look good, man. And in the heart of Los Angeles, you got graffiti, you got homelessness. It don't look good. And and before these people commit murders, guess what they're doing? They're carjacking, they're selling weed, they're robbing old women, uh, they're vandalizing stores. Um, I don't think oppression is an excuse in 2022. I don't. I'm gonna rob another black person because I'm not doing well. Nah, I don't think that's an excuse. Don't think so. Don't think that's an excuse. Um, because when I see old ladies and old men, I think of my grandparents. I wouldn't want to do harm. Wouldn't want to do harm to an old lady or an old man. As a matter of fact, a young man, I don't think about doing harm to a young man. The reality is now, many of us in this chat tonight. Oh, you just give me. I appreciate that. Um, many of us in this chat tonight are always aware. I'm always aware. All right, where's the door? Who is that dude walking down the street? Does he look like a threat? Is he by himself? Are they setting me up? Is somebody walking behind me? Serious. We all think that. And the reason why we think that is because of these statistics. You know what I'm saying? You doubling up tonight, man? What's up?
Yeah. Nah, oh yeah. First, let me say this. I'm down 14 pounds, Fred.
Congratulations, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to get up to 15, man, and get this last little up a pound off. Like, but I'm gonna keep on going, man, because I got ways to go.
That's what's up.
Yeah, appreciate it. Go back and lay down. I'll be in there in a minute.
All right, Dad.
No, go back and lay down. I'll be in there in a minute. You can't talk then. Okay, come here then. Come here then. He wanted to say, "Hey, Fred."
Hey, what's up, little KB?
Hi.
Tell him.
What's up?
Tell him good night.
Good night.
Good night, young man.
All right.
Are you making a video?
Boy, go in there and lay down. Nah, but yeah, man. I'm working on getting this this last pound off. But I ain't even gonna lie. Today I messed up, man. Carl Jr. Know what I mean? I ain't even.
You'll bounce back tomorrow.
Yeah, right. But I wanted to actually tell you this stuff. So a friend of mine has sent me this message today. Like, and I would like to read it out to you, and I want to get what you think on it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So it says, "Hey, quiet." All right. So it says, "I have this theory where all that is kept from the media on purpose is meant to keep people down." Go on and lay down. I'm not gonna tell you again. My bad, Fred. Go ahead, Cal. Go ahead, Cal. Go ahead.
No, we listening. Go ahead. Kyle. I don't know what Kyle doing. Somebody there. Somebody. Knock, knock. Who's there? I guess everybody gone. You know what I mean? Okay, ahead, KB.
All right. I'm back. All right. My bad. All right. It says, go ahead, KB. Go ahead, Cal. Go ahead.
Home or some shit. Go ahead.
All right. It says, "I have this theory where all that is kept from the media on purpose. Hear me out. If you wanted to keep a people down, one way would be for them to focus on hate on one issue while you ignore the bigger issues, because the bigger issues are destroying the people and keeping them down. Think about it. What gets more attention? 125 blacks, where something like 70% of them have felony records and are being killed by police? The Democrat media always pick the ones with criminal backgrounds because it will divide the people. That's done on purpose, because you will have those who will say, well, he was a criminal and was breaking the law while being killed. Then those that will argue that the punishment did.
Lost you. Damn. What's up, Kyle?
Big Fred, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's up?
Man, shit.
Oh, you at home too?
Yeah, I'm with the kiddo, man, right now.
Oh, okay, dope. How was the fight Saturday?
Man, I didn't even get to go, man. I had no babysitter, man. Okay. My life, dog.
Okay.
You know, it is what it is. You watching this game right now, bro?
That's a good game. They about to go down here and they about to go down and kick this field goal.
They ain't gonna make it.
You don't think so?
No, watch this.
Oh, you might be ahead of me. That nigga was holding his ass.
We gotta be at the same spot.
So you see all them Latinos on the card Saturday?
Which card?
On Al's card.
We got Caleb Plant, Gary Russell, Deontay Wilder. It's a good card.
No, I'm talking about last Saturday.
No.
Oh, you didn't even watch it?
No, I watched it, but I didn't know nobody but the Tower and Inferno. But shit, he struggled with the same guy that Earl Spence destroyed.
Yeah, definitely struggled.
I don't think he can't beat Jamal Charlo, bro.
No, he can't beat Jamal. No, he can't beat Jamal Charlo. Not at all. I don't think at all he can beat Jamal Charlo. At all.
Like if Erickson Lubin would have just listened to his fucking corner, he would have won. They would have won that fucking game.
I thought
away. Yeah,
he ended up being injured though. He had a torn rotator cuff and all that, and I mean he was up. He was up on the cards at the stoppage.
Yeah, he just took too much unnecessary punishment, bro. Like move it, like get in and out. Like he stayed in too much.
Right.
Yeah, fun.
See, like Ocampo, if he had the endurance, he could have kept that same pace of like jumping in and jumping out.
Nah, he not talented. He wasn't talented enough, man.
Yeah.
Nah, that nigga wasn't talented. He can't beat Ocampo. Can't beat nobody. He ain't good enough. Let's be clear. He ain't good enough, dog. Nah, he's horrible. He's off balance. He winging punches. No discipline behind this. He ain't have a game plan or nothing. He was like, just punch. Man, they trying to hang on for another check. That's what they were doing. What you think about this weekend?
I'm super excited, bro. I'm super excited. I'm trying to see what the hell we gonna do, man. If I'm gonna stay up here, I'm gonna go down there. I'm trying to figure that shit out right now.
What fight are you looking most forward to?
Alicia Baumgartner, Michaela Mir.
I'm interested in that fight too, dog.
That's the most intriguing, bro.
I'm excited for that fight. I really am. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm really, really excited for that fight, dog. No lie, no cap, no nothing. I want to see if Alicia Baumgartner is a
That's
world.
Dumb. Come on, Kansas City. That was dumb.
Man, that's a big time catch. That's what the hell that was.
Look. Why would you leave him alone?
They're in a zone.
What are you doing, you idiot?
They're in a zone, Kyle. They're in a
You can't
zone.
let him. You can't just allow him to just do whatever though.
Kyle.
That wasn't no catch though.
Yeah, it was. Look, he tapped it twice.
Now he was bobbling the ball though before he got the feet down.
Well, we'll see.
Well, they ain't called it so.
Now he got control with his left hand.
We see.
Yeah, his left hand. He's balancing it with his left hand.
See, but that's what I'm saying. But he didn't have his feet down though when he was bobbling it. Look.
His left hand. We'll see.
Look. And the feet ain't down.
It might not be a catch. It might not be a
catch.
But he got control of it right there with the left hand. So
yeah, but his feet ain't down. Look when he get control of it. See?
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be a catch, but it's gonna be too tough to overturn.
It was nice. But it was nice. See, look. As soon as he got control of it, he out of bounds.
What's up, Michael Fuller?
Hey, how you guys doing, man? Hey, I don't want.
Go ahead.
I don't want to start talking until I make sure that you ain't gonna let Jerry jump in front of me again like you normally do.
Jerry jump in front of me?
Do I have permission to talk?
I asked you, do you want him to go first or you want me? Because I know you joke. Well, what's up?
Yeah, do I have permission to talk before Jerry does? Or
I'm actually gonna wait for Jerry to call in.
Yeah,
Jerry don't call in, so he know my controller coming.
Whenever Jerry comes in, and you just tell me to, take a seat in the back of the bus. Why don't you, Fred?
All right. No, I was actually gonna put you off the bus. Keep it a buck with you. Shit. Wait for the next one. That's the all nigga bus. The one that's coming, the all nigga bus. Is leaving Birmingham in 3 days. You should. But go ahead, man. You done woke Jerry up. See, there you go, crying again. Oh man, y'all need y'all. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all for real. Y'all need a show. because y'all represent so much of America. It is insane. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Y'all need to cam up and do a show.
I'm
Told
just
you, Fredro. Told you.
Y'all need to do it. I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
that was a comment. That was a comment that that was directed towards you, not really him.
Oh, I know.
Because the last time I was on, you was going to ask me something, and you said, no, let Jerry go. And Jerry jumped in like a gentleman and said, no, he was on first, so let him go. I was like, man, that was very nice. But Fred wanted to put me in the back of the bus.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, y'all need to. Oh, shit. Tom and y'all need a show, man. I'm keeping it a buck. Y'all need a show.
They blew it. The Raiders blew it.
Yeah, they blew it. I don't know why they didn't kick that extra point. That was stupid.
Yeah, that was super dumb. Super dumb.
Yeah, they should have.
Man, just like the Raiders, man.
Facts. Wide receivers running into each other.
They ran into each other.
Look at this dumb
I call
shit.
them the faders.
Look at this dumb shit.
And why would you? Hey, listen, your running back been on the money all day. Why wouldn't you run the ball?
It's 4th and 1 with no timeouts, man.
The Chiefs got lucky, man. They got lucky.
Yeah.
No, Chiefs will not.
Fred,
they may win the AFC
run
West,
the ball
but
and
they will
spike
not win
it.
the AFC.
That's 17. It takes 17 seconds to spike the ball, Kyle. See that?
The Chiefs may win the AFC West, but they're not going to win the AFC. They're not going to win the AFC.
Patrick Mahomes is a bad son of a gun.
But he has no receivers. He's got to throw the ball perfectly every single time.
He don't have the receivers he once had, but he's a bad motherfucker, man. Like I watch him and I'd be like, man, what's he gonna do next? What's he gonna do now? He does everything, man.
One of my buddies from USC just texted me and said,
"What's up, Mr. Fuller? What do you say?"
The Raiders coach is gonna lose his job.
Oh, for
I
sure.
agree with that.
Hey, why wouldn't you just kick the fucking extra point, bro?
Hey, who was that team that went for the Chargers yesterday? Did you see that call?
Yeah, but they still got through it. I mean, they actually made it. They recovered from that.
No, they lost.
The Chargers didn't lose yesterday, did they?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. The Chargers lost. And they lost. The Chargers lost.
No, they beat the Browns 30-28.
Somebody went for it Oh, they recovered from that. Oh, that's what you said. Okay, I stand corrected. But that was just dumb. And then the dumbass quarterback throws an interception at the goal line when he has the game-winning field goal in his hand. Dumb niggas. Man, just stupidity, man. Just stupidity. But that's what you do, I guess. You excited for this Saturday? Oh, you're not buying the fight, Jerry, right? I mean, Michael. I called you Jerry.
Now you got to call. Now I can't even be myself anymore.
Y'all the same person. Y'all the same person.
Now I got to be Jerry.
Y'all need a show, man.
I figure. I guess since I'm on the show and having a chance to talk first, then I would be Jerry, wouldn't I?
Y'all need to have a show called Black and White. That's what y'all need to call it. Life in Black and White.
I don't really have a whole lot to say. I mean,
shit.
I'm just making fun. Hey, I don't think the Chiefs are going. I think they got lucky today. They really got lucky.
Well, in the NFL, these teams are so good. A win is a win, you know.
Yeah,
because it's hard to win these games, dog.
Oh, no question.
And how they lost tonight is crazy because on the missed field goal, they call a holding and they don't get the 2-point conversion by 4 inches.
Yeah.
That's crazy how close these games be.
It's a game of inches when you get on that pro level. Yeah, no question.
Facts. Kelsey had 4 touchdowns with like 30 yards receiving. How crazy is that?
Yeah, I mean, but he's not gonna be able to keep that up, man. He's like 33 years old. He's 33 years old. I mean, the bottom line is that that's a brutal game.
Yeah,
That's a brutal game, and without Tariq Hill, they don't have any big time playmakers besides Kelsey.
I agree.
Yeah, I see them winning the AFC West. Getting by there, but I don't see them winning the AFC. I think Buffalo's going to take it.
I like Buffalo, man. I like their quarterback.
Yeah, either Buffalo. You might even see Miami come in there.
Nah,
Miami's done.
They ain't got no quarterback.
Oh, he got knocked out, didn't he? Yeah, that's correct. Okay,
both of them knocked out, the first string and second string.
Oh, disregard. Yeah. I haven't watched him since he got hurt.
How about the Eagles? DJ gonna be like, what about my undefeated Eagles?
That's NFC.
Oh, that's NFC, right.
Yeah.
The AFC.
How about them 49ers? Don't ever forget about them 49ers, big dog.
Did they win? They won big time, but they lost. Hey,
y'all 4-1, dude.
The Chiefs got lucky. They got lucky today.
Giants, right? Yeah. Giants 4-1, but it's a long season though. It's a super long season. He doing the IG post. Look at Travis Kelce doing the IG post.
No matter what people may say or what the facade they may try to put up, the Chiefs know that they're not as good as they used to be with Tariq Hill. They know they're not going because they can't throw the ball down the field. That completely changes the game.
You're right. I agree with you. They're definitely not as good as they once were, but shit.
Hey, but Jerry said it was, so you gonna change your opinion?
Say it again.
You hear what I said, Fred?
Say it again, please.
Hey, Fred.
I said,
but Jerry disagrees with me, so you know. I said, but Jerry disagrees with me, so you're gonna change your opinion?
Oh no, he's but he thinks Baltimore gonna win. I think they're terrible. I don't trust that quarterback. I don't trust him. He be slinging it from his shoulder. He don't throw it over.
Lamar.
Yeah, I love Lamar. Don't get me wrong.
I do, man.
If I play Madden, I'm picking him. But if I'm talking football and sitting in the pocket, and I don't know. I don't think they got enough weapons neither.
Right.
I don't think they can run that offense in January or February. I think everybody gonna be too beat up by then.
Right. Yeah.
Because the NFL
I don't see
17 games now. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It is. Yeah, 17. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on in boxing this weekend? Is that the Wilder fight?
Yeah, so it's a big weekend in boxing, man. You got to join us. It's
That's PBC though, right?
Yeah, I know you're not buying the fight.
I'm not buying PBC. No,
I respect that.
They got to make that. They got to make that Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence.
I respect that. I definitely respect that.
Fight like they promised. Other than that, I'm not. And I always buy all the fights. I always buy all the fights, but I'm not buying that one. I'm not buying any more PBC fights until they give us the Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence fight. If they don't give us that, then I'll never buy another one. Period.
Well, you'll never be buying another one then.
yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
He said, "You'll never be buying another one." Oh,
that'll just save me money. I'll just read a book. I'll read a book when they come on.
Facts. Hey, it's a good weekend, man. It's a good weekend to watch boxing, man, and hang out all day.
No, it's classic shit, man.
I see what's going on.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Kane? Oh, your boy trying to call in, man.
Fred, I was gonna ask about that. I was like, why is no one talking about this weekend?
Yeah, we gotta talk about that, man. Let's change the subject. We ain't talking about that shit. Yeah, it's I'm excited.
Who do you think wins the Caleb Plant fight? That's honestly the fight I'm looking forward to the most.
Good question.
I think that's the closest fight.
Who wins that Caleb
Plant gonna win, man?
I think it's 50-50.
I mean, I think it's the closest fight out of all the fights this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's
the women's.
I think Caleb Plant is younger, so I would go with him. He's more fresh. But Darrell is literally fighting for his last 6-figure, 7-figure payday. So
he's getting paid that much?
I mean, at least 6 figures, 300,000, 500,000,
I've been trying to find the odds on that fight, but I mean, I don't think anybody has them.
Caleb,
I think Plant's gonna have to box. He's gonna have to box. If he sits there and try to trade with Darrell, he may get in trouble.
They got Plant at 100,000.
If he boxes Darrell, he's got a chance. If he stands there and fights him, then I think Darrell may edge that out.
Fuller, they got Darrell plus 650.
Wow,
oh, they don't lose. So they got Caleb. they got Caleb as the
big favorite.
Huge favorite. That's shocking, honestly. I mean, I know Caleb's good.
It's not shocking, bro. It's not shocking.
That is shocking. That's plus 650.
No, it ain't. It's not.
You don't think plus 650 is shocking?
I mean, they call him the dog.
It just depends on how Caleb fights the fight.
That dog will be tamed this weekend. Let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this stuff. His trainer wasn't ready for that moment.
Who's his trainer?
That trainer he had before was
Caleb
not
Plant?
ready. Yeah, that trainer wasn't ready for that moment. He should have made that change before that fight. But I know, most people they make the change after they lose. But the thing about it, that guy wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for that moment. Breadman is he's been there before. He knows what he's doing. And he has the right formula, you know what I'm saying, to get it done.
Kyle, if I can ask,
check it out.
No,
you gotta remember.
That's in a second, Jerry.
Kyron Davis is trained by Breadman, and he fought him to a draw. Coming up in weight. I think he came up in weight, yeah. So,
Kyle, if I can ask, just as a question, I mean, how do you get prepared for that moment as a trainer?
Experience.
But I mean, just like to ask, I mean, I'm not to say that you're right or wrong about what you're saying, but I mean, to get experience, they have to get in those fights.
Nah, but the thing is, you got to be prepared for it, though. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have enough experience, like he didn't have enough experience within that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because I don't know him to train anybody else. I don't know him to be a great. I don't know him to be a great boxing mind. I mean, they both came out of Nashville. I don't know who's. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. No, for sure. That's why I don't know if you saw that Josh Taylor also changed trainers.
Oh,
and he left Ben Davison. So I mean, I think that Devin Haney fight's probably easier to make now.
Definitely. Jerry, what's up, man?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's up, man?
Calling up from the back of the bus.
You're actually the driver.
That fight right there to me is the sleeper fight of the whole weekend. I've always been a fan of Darrell and his brother when his brother was an active fighter. I don't like the "I'll never lose to a white boy" comment by Darrell. You know me, and I don't like that. I don't think that was necessary for him to say that, especially given the fact that Plant is heavily favored to beat him. However, put that aside, Darrell is a dog. He is a tough dude. He's got skill too, but it's his toughness that I've always liked in his career, is his perseverance. And Caleb Plant, he's clear-eyed, confident guy, but the reality is he's not that big of a puncher. He doesn't punch that good, and he does seem to have some stamina issues. And in order for him to beat Darrell, depending, a little caveat is what Darrell might have left, because he's a little older in the game. But if he's still pretty much who he is, that's going to be probably the best fight of the weekend. That's going to be a sleeper fight, a grudge match. I don't think Darrell likes that Plant got that Canelo fight, because he was trying to vie for that fight. And there's probably a little professional jealousy there. And he probably feels like he's going to just whip the white boy's ass, and maybe he will. I don't know, But Plant is going to have to box smart and stay away, or like someone else was saying, it depends on the fight he fights. If he gets drawn into a dog fight, or if he loses stamina and can't box and move after the 7th round or so, Darrell might get him. He might get him.
Anybody want to respond?
I trust Caleb Plant with Brad, man, dude. Not to have these lapses and not to get fucking tired. You know what I'm saying? So,
well,
I tell you what, instead of buying the fight, I'm gonna put $50 on Darrell.
I think that's a better option.
Yeah, that's a better option. Hell yeah. 50
that's a good
times
point you made
650.
about Plant's trainer. Is that who you're talking about? Plant's trainer with an experience?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? But that I don't think would have made a difference. The difference in the fight with Canelo and Plant is Plant didn't have the experience. He didn't have the experience. Plus,
he's not good enough. He's just not good enough. Shit.
Yeah, he's just not as good as Canelo Alvarez. He's a good fighter.
Caleb Plant.
And this is a good fight for both him and Darrell, because Plant has to redeem himself from that loss to keep himself up there, and Darrell, like Fred said, is this may be his last chance, at a big fight. So, with that considered, that's going to make for a hell of a good matchup. Plus, they don't seem to like each other too much, and that never hurts either.
I actually think Darrell's going to try to walk him down.
Me too.
And the reason why I say that is because you look at when Darrell fought Benavidez, he was tit for tat, man, until he got his eye cut. Until he got that bad cut, and then he started to fade. But before then, it was ebb and flow. It was ebb and flow the whole fight. So I think he's going to dig deep, call on that dog, and try to walk Caleb Plant down.
You think Plant by decision, or is that like the most likely option?
You got to look at the odds. Plant is the favorite, probably. He's not going to knock him out.
Yeah,
Plant is probably the favorite, but
he's a huge favorite. Huge favorite.
It's a close. He's not, I mean, he may be a huge betting favorite, but the odds is what they are. But
yeah, I think the odds are deceiving.
Yeah, it's deceiving. That's a 7-5, 8-4 fight. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. It definitely you. That's right on. That's is a 7-5, 8-4 fight. It is.
Caleb Plant doesn't throw enough punches. He backs up too much. He goes in the shell on defense. So Darrell's gonna complement his style by coming forward on him.
I never looked at the fight from. I'm gonna start looking at fights from that perspective. What are the rounds? Especially when you know it's not gonna be a knockout.
Yeah, it's not a knockout.
Well, highly likely it won't be a knockout. Right.
No, man. This stuff is they know what they're doing with the matchups. Certain guys they can't match up with him. Like Benavidez ain't gonna let Plant sit back like that, and he know that. Everybody know it when you see Benavidez fight. So it is what it is.
I'm sorry.
But I dropped Fred. I dropped the link in the back for you. I don't know how people believe that the NFL is not fixed. I don't understand it.
For sure.
I watch
definitely
all the time. And yesterday I'm watching the Bengals game. I'm a Bengals fan. They go for 2. They ain't had to go for 2. They went for 2. They blow the game. They went for it on 4th and 1. That's what they did when they had the ball. They went for it, missed it, lose the game by 2 points because they let Lamar and them come back in the 4th quarter and run the ball all the way down the field for a field goal. Like, dude, if you believe for 1 second that these games is not fixed by them going down to the wire every game on primetime TV, go down to the wire, and then you see these subjective calls every night, man, you got to be a fool.
But that's why Lamar is who he is. He's the most dynamic athlete in the entire NFL. And that last drive, they simply could not stop him from getting in the field goal position. They simply could not do it. And they tried. That was a damn good game. And since he whooped the Ravens twice last year, the Ravens, they're in first place in the division, but they were on a 5-game home losing streak, and there was a lot on the line in that game last night. And I know the play that you're talking about, that 4th and 1, that was a dumbass shuttle pass that he tried to force in there with all that.
It didn't make any sense, did it, Jerry?
Nah, it was.
Jerry, hold on, Jerry. What did you see tonight from the Raiders that didn't make sense?
I just tuned into the fourth quarter. It looked like it was a damn good game. I was listening to it. I had it on out in the other room. I could hear it.
Jerry, they went for it, a 2-point conversion when they only needed one to tie. In Arrowhead.
Yeah.
If you hit the tie and the Chiefs get the ball back, okay, then you live with that. They didn't do that. Like, they basically gave the game away the same way the Bengals did yesterday.
Bro, that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen, bro. And it's literally 4 minutes and 27 seconds, dog.
Cal, when did teams start going for 2 when all they need is 1 to tie? Like, they do that shit every week in the NFL now.
Man, I do it in Madden.
They do it.
The Ravens did it last week. Wound up losing the game by 3 points because they went for it on a fourth down, and that's that analytics shit.
Nah, I like the fourth downs though. I like when they go for the fourth down. But
I know, but it backfired on them, and they wound up losing by the 3 points that they could have got with our field goal kicker who doesn't miss.
Yeah, they got the best kicker in one.
And the coach here in Baltimore took a lot of grief for that decision. And maybe rightfully so, but the thing is, what he said, and I understand what he was saying. He was saying, "Look, we're right there. We're literally 1 yard from winning the game, right then and there, and we got control of our own destiny there." He said, "Otherwise, we got to kick it back to them. Anything can happen. They could run it back. All kind of plays that would ensue after that. We can win the game right here. We're 1 yard away." And I understand. He said the analytics suggested that he do just that, but it didn't work. And when it doesn't work, you look like a fool. When it does work, right?
It's just grown into the greatest entertainment of sports that we got. That's what it is. It's entertainment. Don't take it for being real. Fred, I dropped you a link in the back of an NFL player that won a Super Bowl that basically said, "Hey, the games is fixed."
It seems like it would take a lot to fix a football.
No, it don't take a lot. If all the calls are subjective and pass interference.
When I started my business in 2011, I chose.
Jerry, if all the calls are subjective, if pass interference is subjective and holding is subjective every play, everything is subjective. It's very vague.
Well, I know that Super Bowl, that 7th ring that Tom Brady won.
Yeah,
that seemed, especially that first half, the calls they were making in the first half to pretty much put the game out of reach.
All right, Mike, and you remember this game? Do you remember the Tuck Rule game? You remember that?
Who?
The Tuck Rule, when Tom Brady won the first Super Bowl he won against the Raiders. The Tuck Rule.
Oh, no, I don't remember that one.
All right,
the Raiders. That's what changed the rules.
They created the rule. They changed the whole rule in the middle of the game. A rule that we never heard of. They said he was tucking the football when he was about to throw it. And they changed the rule in the middle of the game. We'd never heard the rule before.
Huh. Never heard that.
Yeah, that's a tough rule game. Okay, tell me if y'all remember this. Maybe I'm crazy, but I remember this. Didn't the Patriots get caught recording the practice and then win the Super Bowl that year too?
Right.
They didn't ever take it away.
No, I remember that.
Didn't they say they deflated some footballs and they never took that Super Bowl away either, did they? I'm just asking. Okay, when we complained about Wilder possibly being cheated in the second fight with Fury, boxing said, "Fuck you." He didn't cheat, and we're gonna go to the next fight. I don't know why y'all believe this shit ain't be like it'd be right in front of your face and you be believing that it's real. It's hard for me to believe it's real, bro. I watched too much wrestling back in the day.
Right, I understand. You can definitely see that some of these games they look fixed. Some of them do.
Yeah, and they got away with Deflategate.
Yeah, it don't make any sense, bro.
They got literally away with it. They got
at the end of the day, Michael Fuller. I'm gonna go with your conspiracy on this, Mike Fuller. This might not be yours, but at the end of the day, they're gonna put Brady up as the greatest athlete of all time. Watch.
Wow,
that's what's coming next.
I don't know if he's the greatest athlete, but he probably is the greatest quarterback. I mean, would you say he's not the greatest quarterback?
I don't know if I can say that with all the conspiracy around all the Super Bowls that he won.
Well, I never really cared for him that much on a person because the Patriots and the Ravens were longtime rivals. And
Nigga, the Ravens aren't the Patriots rivals. Get the fuck.
Yeah,
putting too much extra on it. They ain't rivals.
Yes, they are. In fact,
Security.
when the Patriots was winning them Super Bowls, the only team that was able to beat them was the Ravens. 4 games, the Ravens split 2 games with them, and really the other 2 games y'all might not remember because if you're not Raven fans, but really the other 2 games the Ravens should have won them games. A missed field goal from like 30 yards is how they lost to 1. I mean, they were big competition for the Patriots. Now, not at first, not the first few years, but then they became just that. And during that time, Joe Flacco, the Ravens quarterback, he was behind Brady. He had more playoff wins than anybody. A lot of people don't know that because Flacco.
Hey Jerry, and everybody on the panel. Do y'all remember this? Yeah, remember they caught the NFL ref for cheating. Remember that? No, the NBA ref. The NBA ref. My bad. The NBA ref.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I remember the NBA ref.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
so is that an outlier experience for one ref to cheat, or do you think that multiple refs was cheating?
Good point.
Like,
well, it would lend to multiple refs, I would think.
It's too much money, bruh. It don't make any sense. Like, I don't know why people be fighting at these games over games that people lost. It just don't make any sense to me, bro. It's just live entertainment. Enjoy the entertainment if that's what you need to get you through. Just enjoy the entertainment. Don't take it too serious.
I know it's for me watching football. Now my wife's a bigger football fan than me. She comes from a football family. They're Ravens. They got season tickets, and they had season tickets when the Colts were here. But I tell you, man, it racks my fucking nerves a lot of times. I don't know. It's tough for me to watch sometimes because it is a fun game, man. Let's face it, it's an exciting game. I like baseball, but I can't tell you the last time I sat down and watched a whole baseball game. I watch basketball more than that. Hell, I'll even watch golf. I don't know what it is about baseball. I just get bored shitless watching baseball. But football, especially when it's the home team, man, I love watching it. I know Fred's a college football fan. My wife watches college football.
Dude, this weekend, college football, 3 verse 6 and 4 verse 10. Shoot, I'm in heaven, man. I'm in heaven this weekend.
Yeah, Fred, can you play that link I sent you? Speed it up just a little bit, like about a minute in.
It's ready. Yeah.
That team, 2 pick sixes. We all know what he did against the Raiders, but he joins us here in the Ronnie T. Crash Show as we count down to Super Bowl Sunday. Well, I mean, this is something that no one's ever seen before. I mean, you're hosting the Super Bowl. The Bucs are in it. It's Brady versus Mahomes. I mean,
something I predicted at the beginning of the year. I said if the NFL wanted to have the home team in the Super Bowl, this would be the perfect year. Pandemic, people can't travel, so it's not a shock to me.
How big of an advantage do you think it will be for the Buccaneers not having to travel anywhere? Because obviously, when you were in the Super Bowl,
that's not no advantage. I don't have no advantage.
No advantage? Okay.
No.
All right, so
that's like saying they have advantage at every home game during the year. So I mean, it ain't like they won every home game. Y'all know all the X's and O's, man. I'm just sitting at home watching. I don't like to get into that because I don't believe the game is really decided on the field. So I don't get into all the X's and O's and talking, man. Like I said, I played in the game. I set a Super Bowl record, and we knew every play they was running before the game started. So.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, tell us about that week leading up to the Super Bowl, because that was the big thing. Bill Callahan was the Raiders coach at the time. Obviously, John Gruden had just come over. Tell us about that week of preparation leading up to the game and how it was executed by you guys. I mean, you could know which plays are coming. And
Tim Brown and Jerry Rice come out and say that they made them run Jerry Rice. John Gruden's offense.
Yes. Yep. It was his offense, and you guys knew exactly what was coming. Did you know every single play?
They didn't run that offense all year, though. Ain't it odd that you would run it when you're playing against us?
So did you guys know every play before the ball was snapped?
I'm just saying, man, the game ain't decided on the field. That's all I'm going to say.
You can stop it right there.
Like I said, I predict who's going to be in the Super Bowl. It ain't about who has the best players. Football is entertainment. So what's the most entertaining Super Bowl? The Bucks in their first one against Patrick Mahomes has nothing to do with if these are the best teams, because we know that these aren't the best teams. The Bucks are not the best NFC team.
So who's the best team in the NFC, in your opinion?
The Green Bay Packers.
But the Bucks beat them at Lambeau, though. I mean, the Bucks proved it. They won there. They beat Aaron Rodgers at his place.
You can say what you want, man. Like I say, the game ain't decided on the field.
Damn.
And if you made it this far, thank you.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know what you need to hear. I mean, what you want?
Man.
You want to hear Macho Man tell you wrestling fake?
Y'all ever seen that wrestler slap the shit out of that reporter when he told him wrestling was fake? That old video?
I ain't seen that.
Oh, man. Dr. David Schultz, I think was his name. Big old Texan. This little reporter, man, I can't believe you haven't seen that, man. It's old, but it went around a good bit. Well, that player there, maybe he's a disgruntled player, or maybe there's a lot of truth. I mean, thinking about it, what someone said there a minute ago about how the play calling is subjective. I see it in a Raven game all the time. A pass interference call, a roughing the passer where, come on, man, that wasn't a roughing the passer, but yet they call it, and they call it at a critical time when it's going to, on a scoring drive, shit like that,
Everything's vague. It's very vague and subjective. A stop sign is not a stop sign in the NFL in a game. It's very if an official wants to call a holding penalty, he can call it anytime he wants. He don't have to just call it at a certain time. He calls it when he wants. That affects the game. I remember that Saints game a couple years ago.
Oh my God!
Ran dude over, and they didn't call nothing. Dude ran him over live. I think it was the Saints and the Rams. Dude ran him over in the middle of the field on a pass play. They didn't say nothing.
Shit. Make it worse. I remember about 15 years ago, the 49ers are playing the Giants, and the 49ers, they botched the field goal, and they and the guy throws it, and it's pass interference. I don't give a fuck if it was the backup quarterback, the kicker throwing the ball. That was pass interference, and they didn't call it. Or how about Isaiah Thomas against the Lakers in 88 or 87, 80, 92, 91 when he got fouled? But he got fouled on that last shot, and they didn't call it.
Remember Sacramento versus the Lakers when Shaq and Kobe had to beat Chris Webber, and they took it from Chris Webber?
What's up, DJ? Yeah, that's that lives in infamy. Kobe told Chris Webber, "You should have won Game 7."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know basketball dirty. Hell, they got motherfuckers going to jail for that shit. We know basketball dirty. We know baseball dirty. Until a football referee goes to jail for shaving points, I don't want to hear it. Because when your favorite team won it, the game wasn't fixed then.
Hold on, DJ. I told people them games was fixed last year.
And that was Dexter Jackson, by the way, the safety from the Buccaneers. I know what game he's talking about.
No, that's
Warren Sapp done said the same shit before. John Gruden knew every personnel. He knew every personnel grouping. He knew all their personnel, and Bill Callahan was his offensive line coach. They didn't make Bill Callahan run that offense. He thought he was being fucking clever. And look what happened. They end up throwing a whole bunch of picks in that game. I don't care who you put out there or what offense you ran. When you got 3 or 4 fucking Hall of Famers on that defense, Rich Gannon ain't beating me. I'm sorry. Rich Gannon is not beating me when I got Sapp, Simeon Rice, Rondé Barber, and Derrick Brooks. I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say. That was an all-time great defense, and he taken away from his own Super Bowl win by saying the shit was fixed. If it was fixed then it was fixed when the Steelers won all the Super Bowls. It was fixed when the 49ers won all the Super Bowls, and it was fixed when the Cowboys won all the Super Bowls. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't want to hear shit about it being fixed. There hasn't gotten softer. Of course it's gotten softer. Because people don't want to tune in to watch Taylor Zappi against fucking whoever the fuck else somebody can trot out there. Yes, they've made it softer on the quarterbacks. Absolutely they have. Yeah, you can't go across the middle no more because the NFL is trying to cover their ass because they got sued 10 years ago. That's all this is a big CYA campaign. That's it. These owners are the ones coming to the league complaining. hey, you know that hit against Tom Brady that blew out his knee. How about we change the rules so my quarterback don't get knocked out on some shit like that? Oh, how about this? How about we don't let, because that body weight penalty that got called tonight, which was bullshit. That's the Aaron Rodgers rule. When Anthony Barr landed on Aaron Rodgers and broke his collarbone a few years ago. So, I mean, all of these different rules have been, even going back to the tuck rule, they didn't know what in the fuck to do with that. It was a big, I remember that game. It was a big huddle about that. Was it an incomplete pass? Was it a fumble? So they decided it was an incomplete pass, and the next year they changed it and made it into the tuck rule. They didn't know what to do. They changed all types of different rules, man.
Hey, you ain't seen that index card since, dog.
Right. But, I mean, it is what it is, man. Tom Brady wasn't shit back then. So let's stop acting like Tom Brady was the absolute shit and strain. This was before he won his first Super Bowl. Tom Brady was still a fucking backup over team.
Slow down, DJ. Slow down. That was the first Super Bowl.
Okay, you know what? I'm catching up. First of all, how's everybody doing?
Damn, I'm glad you said hi to us after talking for 5 minutes. How
Just
you doing,
5?
sir? DJ.
What's up, man?
Just like last year when I was watching my Cincinnati Bengals play the Chiefs in Kansas City. The fucking Chiefs went for it on 4th and 1 at the end of the second quarter. I'm like, why the fuck are they doing that? That don't make sense. They didn't score. What happened? They throw a pick at the end of the game. They blow the game in the second half. Bengals go to the Super Bowl. Right?
Okay. I'm trying to figure out where you're saying it's fixed at.
It's very simple.
That sounds like just football to me.
You only got to make 1 or 2 plays in the game to change the titans of the game. It's very easy. It's very simple to me. I don't have to fix a string of plays in a row. All I got to do is change 1 play. The tuck rule changed the whole game of that game. By them calling that a rule that we never seen, nobody.
Well,
that rule
you know what I say to that? How about your receiver don't drop a ball in the second quarter? How about your running back don't fumble in the first quarter? It comes down to 1 or 2 plays, but a lot of times it shouldn't. Like tonight, it shouldn't have came down to that. It shouldn't have came down to them having to get a first down on 4th and 1. When your lineman makes a bonehead play and gets a holding call that would have stopped the Chiefs without any points, that could also be factored into it. Or how about if the game could have had a wider margin had the Chiefs receivers and Patrick Mahomes not missed some throws, that game could have been a wider margin. Had some of the Raiders receivers not dropped some passes, that game could have been a wider margin. I mean, it's several plays. Sometimes it comes down to 1 or 2 plays, but a lot of times you can go back to certain shit that happened in the first quarter or the second quarter that had nothing to do with the referees, that had absolutely everything to do with a player not making the play when you need to make it. Giving up a sack on 3rd and 3, that has nothing to do with the referees. In that Super Bowl that the Falcons got, Matt Ryan eating all them sacks and not throwing the ball away. Everybody likes to blame Kyle Shanahan's play calling, but Matt Ryan eating all them sacks in the second half had something to do with it too.
How much was they up by?
They was up 28-3.
Yeah. And who was the quarterback that came back supposedly?
So I'm sorry, I missed when Tom Brady got a sack.
I
missed when Tom Brady got that sack to knock the Falcons out of field goal range that could have possibly ended the game.
I'm not trying to convince you to believe what I believe. I just think the shit fixed. You can believe what you want to believe. That's what I believe.
I mean, it's easier to believe in conspiracies. I get it.
That's cool. It don't take many people to conspire.
All I know is my Eagles 5-0. And Fred gonna put some respect on Jalen Hurts.
I think about you every Sunday, dog. I ain't even lying. Every Sunday, I think of DJ.
He been looking good. I give you
credit. Jalen Hurts is DJ to me, dog. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Hey, Jalen Hurts.
Go on, Jalen.
Quarterback. Hey,
say what?
L Boogie.
What's up, L?
What's going on, fellas, man? I just been
we talk about rigging games.
Hey, I'm glad everybody we kind of have almost a unanimous consensus on the understanding that this shit is fixed. and I've been saying this for years.
Ain't no consensus.
I said almost. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you something because I look at it. I always look at it from a business standpoint because I've been gambling my whole life, and you gotta always see what makes business sense. Now, again, I heard somebody mention that this is entertainment, and it is, but more than it is entertainment, it is a business, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what I noticed right after the pandemic. I noticed the biggest cheats and some of the biggest upsets, and they were in succession with one another. Some of the biggest upsets in sports history we witnessed back to back in like quick succession that had never happened before. Now, this is my theory on that. Vegas lost so much money at the beginning of the pandemic. How are they going to recover that money? Well, they're going to do like any other business does when they lose money. They charge the consumers. They tax the consumers. If anybody don't believe that anytime odds is put on something, it can be manipulated, then you might not be using your brain enough. The reason why odds are put on sports games and boxers and fighters, whatever, is to manipulate and sway the minds of the people that are investing into the pool. Because big money is trying to captivate a percentage of that pool. And how are they gonna sway the money? By putting odds on it. Because the person gonna say, just like with the Caleb Plant fight, if I ain't even seen the odds yet, but somebody said that Darrell was plus 600. That means Caleb Plant must be minus 1,000. Now, that let me know right here, right now, that's gonna either be a draw or a possible upset. Caleb Plant not winning that fight. Because realistically, that fight is like minus 150 plus 130-ish.
Yep. 7,584.
That's really realistically. So why would they put those exaggerated odds on Caleb Plant as a favorite? Oh, they trying to sway the pool. Why? Because Vegas getting they cut off the top. But we also got to get some back end money too. I'm telling you, man, this shit is all fixed, bro. I don't even get excited over sports no more. I don't have a fan. I'm a Denver Broncos fan. I'm an LA Lakers fan. Dodgers, Angels, but I don't get excited over that shit no more. Like, I'm not a fan, the word fan derives from fanatic. And if you're a fanatic, you're really not an analyst. So I don't get involved into that emotional aspect of it because I understand what's going on behind the scenes and what's going on behind.
Hey, L.
Yeah.
I hope they fix this Super Bowl for the 49ers this year.
Not gonna happen. That's Buffalo, brother. They want Buffalo.
Fuck Buffalo. Listen, I don't give a fuck, man. Listen, fix it not. As long as it's fixed for my team, I don't give a shit, bro.
Let me tell you why, Cal.
And KP, to your point earlier, Tim Donaghy was not the only referee. Tim Donaghy, it was a systemic thing that happened with these NBA referees. He talked about it.
Fans their money back. Did they ever get a?
He talked about it, bro. He said when Allen Iverson cussed out one of the referees, he cussed out Steve Jobby, a former referee. He cussed him out, and they said for the next 5 or 6 games, they decided they were going to pull that carry on Allen Iverson.
Did they ever get a fans?
He wasn't the only referee. They decided as referees they were going to call it that way.
Mm-hmm. And they never gave.
And he looked at Tim Donaghy. He said he looked at him. Hey Tim, how long is this going to go on? And he just kind of smirked at him. It's like, yeah, I know what's going on. So it's proof that they've done it in the NBA. It's proof that it's been done in boxing. Baseball. It's proof. I mean, until somebody go to jail in the NFL, you're not gonna convince me otherwise.
I don't need no proof.
Well, look at the.
I got you.
The Houston Astros.
The Astros won the World Series.
Houston Astros. Which that was more clever. That was more clever to me than cheating. Change up your pitch signals. That was more clever to me. I didn't understand the big hoopla about the Houston Astros. That was just clever to me.
But look, DJ, they won a World Series, mean they got more money for the team. But Pete Rose can't be in the Hall of Fame because he was in baseball games betting on the games. The fuck out of here, man. That shit fixed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Calvin Ridley, wide receiver for the Falcons, suspended the entire season this year because he bet on the Falcons last year. When he wasn't even playing. He wasn't even playing and bet on the team. It's a reason why the NFL mandates that you have to release the injury report every Thursday. Why? Because of gambling.
For the betting lines.
Yeah. All right. Hey, what's up, Jerry? You've been quiet over there.
No, I'm just listening and learning. I never really thought about the NFL being fixed, but I know there's been times I've seen calls that I thought were questionable, and now that I think about it, and I thought, you know what, these motherfuckers don't want the Ravens to win, man. They just, for whatever reason,
everybody on the panel,
you know, when Ray Lewis and the Ravens first got started, first off, the Ravens came from Cleveland, and a lot of fans, I pissed a lot of fans off, and then right early on when the Ravens got here, Ray Lewis came up on double murder charges.
Yep.
And that was a real bad PR
99.
hit. And it seemed like the Ravens were the black sheep of the league. I mean, this could just me being a fan, because a lot of fans feel like their teams get slighted and stuff. But, you know, now that I think about it, and like I said, whoever said about, you know, the calls are subjective, they're arbitrary. I mean, I believe in pass interference, but fuck, man, when it's something that's next to nothing and the game's on the line and you could throw that flag, you're directly affecting the game. So it makes it easy to cheat if you think about it. Now that I think about it, that would make it easy to cheat.
Hey, let me ask you this.
They allow these
L.
Go
think
ahead.
about this. What's the biggest tragedy that just happened in America in the last 6 months?
The biggest tragedy?
Yeah.
Oh, the shootings.
Where was it at?
Buffalo. That's a feel good story right there.
Okay. Now hold on. Now Buffalo also just got approved for a brand new stadium. So you telling me they're not gonna have them at least in the Final Four or the Super Bowl? They need all that money. They about to get a whole stadium built. They got the people to build it. They got a quarterback.
And they about to draw they about to draw a national fan base because of what the city has been through.
Because of sympathy.
Right.
Sympathy.
Exactly.
Okay. September 11th happened. All of a sudden, Tom Brady start winning championships every fucking year. Like, maybe you don't gotta believe what I believe. I just believe the shit fixed.
No, it's true.
And I just understand it to be fixed. I don't have time to be rationalizing in my mind that billionaires don't cheat.
Come on, man. I always say this, man. I don't believe in honest business ethic. It don't exist. When the money on the line, man, when the money on the line, shit, it's gonna bring everything bad up out of person, man.
We from the hood, bro. Niggas cheat on dice games for $5.
Come on, man.
So KP, with that logic, right?
Go ahead.
Seeing as how the hurricane just wiped out half of Florida, wouldn't one of the Florida teams be in the Final Four?
No, they knocked the quarterback
because they got to build them up.
Oh, okay.
Next year.
They time will come. Buffalo takes precedence, and DJ it's red, white, and blue over everything.
For real. Yeah.
So what was the use of putting Cincinnati in the Super Bowl last year? Even going back further than that, back when Cam Newton was on top of the world, why didn't they let Cam Newton win the Super Bowl if everything was fixed?
Let me answer the first question.
No, listen.
What was the use of putting Cincinnati in the Super Bowl? You ready? Everybody get their chance and they cycle. They didn't win, but it was 30 how many years before they last won a playoff game? They hadn't won a playoff game in almost 33 years. They won a playoff game with a quarterback that they drafted. Now that gives the city hope. Now, what does that do? It creates parity. It financially also uplifts that team.
Now, I'm gonna make this point too. Watch this. They give the referees discretion to make the game entertaining. Now, just understand this: Just go get a football sheet. Go get a football sheet in the NFL. You will never see a team favored by more than 10 points. Ever. The line, look, the game is not that competitive, homie. These teams, you have tiers.
Buffalo was just favored 14.5 over Pittsburgh Sunday, by the way.
But watch this. It's very rare though. It's very rare that you're gonna have. Look, I remember 10 years ago. The lines used to be different. Now the line keep coming down. But it's like it makes it hard for you to be able to gather any direction on how to put together your ticket, because you're like, damn, this team is for sure two touchdowns better than this team. Why the fuck they got a -6.5? Now you thinking like, damn, my team got a couple by a field goal. So now the referees gonna play into that. The calls gonna start. They gonna start swaying the momentum. Like, and you like, damn, I know for sure this team is fucking 2 touchdowns better. You know. How all of a sudden the team just don't get up because it's a divisional game? Oh, because they know each other. No. Fuck all that. Them teams it's some teams that just miles ahead. I'm gonna tell you, because I was in Vegas the other day, last week, when Miami played Buffalo, and I said Miami gonna win that game. Fucking Buffalo set down they starting receivers. I mean, they starting corners. I don't know if anybody caught that the night before, but I read it though. They why the fuck would you do that? I said, oh yeah, this is a gimme. I missed on the over because I thought it was gonna go over. Because I said Buffalo gonna score. All of a sudden, Buffalo don't have no offense no more. You see how this shit happens? You gotta pay attention to the nuances. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you sit down your starting corners against a team like Miami that's on the upswing and they got threats on the offensive end? Why? Because it creates parity, man. The NFL, just like every other sport,
they give fans hope. Like it's almost like the Democratic Party giving black people hope. That's what the NFL is. It give all the fan bases hope. You all got hope that you can win the Super Bowl. Just go buy some more shit every year. Buy more shit.
They taking a note out of the NBA playbook. NFL taking a note out of the NBA playbook. They're trying to create parity because they need these smaller markets to start generating more revenue. It's better for the NFL owners, like a guy like Jerry Jones gonna make his money regardless. But if a small market team is doing good, he gets more
of a cut.
What do they call it? Residual. He gets more residual off of that because he's invested into the NFL. So it's good for the NFL. This is all they doing, man. It's a big business scheme, man. And we just the consumers.
So it has nothing to do with the salary cap. Parity has nothing to do with the salary cap. The fact that there's a salary cap has nothing to do with it. Because before there was a salary cap, you saw a lot of the same teams winning. You saw the Steelers and the Cowboys winning all the damn Super Bowls. But once the salary cap is introduced, oh, lo and behold, you get more and more teams being competitive. The way their draft order is, you know where you don't see that? The NBA. The worst team don't necessarily get the top pick. They got a whole lottery system. The work is cut and dry. The worst teams get the top picks. And after that, it's however far you go in the playoff. That's how they do it. They created parity through the draft and salary cap. Everybody has the same salary cap number. It all depends on how you allocate them funds every year, which creates parity. That's why you see teams break up. That's why you see great teams break up. Ain't no more keeping the same team 8, 9, 10 years. You got about a 4 to 6 year window to win with the team you got before guys start wanting their money, guys start getting older, and guys start leaving and going other places.
I'm not saying it's not an intricate system. Like the NFL, they got a business model that's out of this world. That's why they've been around for so long. But at the same time, I'm not gonna negate the fact that it's a lot of fuckery going on. It ain't straight up. Like, I'd rather go to a high school football game, man. I like raw sports, raw competition. Like, you know, I'd rather go to the amateur boxing. When it's money on the line, man, I just seen it, dude. It
it's different.
changes everything.
It's different. I go to silver gloves all the time. I go
Amateur
to local
boxing,
boxing events.
amateur boxing so dirty they taking it out of the Olympics. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the boxing you go look at that you go see in your hood. Like at the little shows you see
Your local fights.
at the gym. Yeah, I'm not talking about the you know, AIBA and all that shit. That's them cats. That's money, man. They all funded by the government.
Last
Sports
thing I'm
is
gonna say
all
before I go, man, because I gotta get back to work, man. It was good talking to y'all. I enjoy these type of conversations. Y'all do know the referees get graded too, and the better they do, the better games they get, the more money they get. They get graded too every game. So if they have bad calls, guess what? We're not gonna let you ref a playoff game. If you have bad calls, guess who don't get the referee the Super Bowl?
Sounds like a good system, but
yeah. Hey man, appreciate you for letting me come on, friends. Salute to everybody except Michael Fuller, and y'all have a good night, man.
Holla, DJ.
Oh, what's up, y'all?
Oh no, Troy, you banned, bro. I heard that replay of you the other night talking about some dude or something.
But yeah, I want to talk about the NFL. Like, hello. Yeah, I want to talk about the NFL. You're muted.
Talking this shit. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
want to talk about the NFL. There you go.
Hey, KP, I kicked you out so you can come back in because your mic was
muted.
bad. Talking this shit. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Fred. There you go.
Hey, KP, I kicked you out so you can come back in because
Oh,
your mic
you're
bad.
muted.
I'm sitting there listening.
Hey, I agree with that guy.
Thank you. All right, we're back.
But I think the NFL the best league because it has like anybody who they have a chance to win. Like college football, it's like Alabama and Georgia. To me, the best two teams in the country. Or like in NBA, we know the top heavy teams, Golden State, Celtics and Nets in the East. So you really know who's gonna, get to the championship in those games. But the NFL is different because it's like you don't know who's gonna win this year. It could be the Chiefs, it could be the Baltimore, it could be the Eagles. It's like 7 or 8 teams that could possibly win, And the salary cap, I agree with him with the salary cap. It's like the NFL basically, you rarely see teams that get back-to-back three-peats. I know it's NFL, it's totally different. It's a hard leap to do it, but that's because the salary cap basically. Look at Jacksonville. I'm a Jaguar fan. In 2017, they had one of the best defenses ever. They had 55 sacks, 33 turnovers. I ain't never seen a defense like that. But they had to pay everybody. They had to pay Ramsey. Everybody wanted the max contract. That was a big fallout with everybody. Everybody wanted they had to pay Campbell, Ramsey, Yannick Ngakoue, Dante Fowler, AJ Boye. We had we had so many Pro Bowlers on that team. But the problem was that they ain't have enough money with the salary cap, and man, everybody was mad about that team. And the same thing with Seattle team. That Seattle team back in the day with the Legion of Boom is that when everybody had to get paid, the salary cap ran out. So that's set up like that. I like how the NFL is set up because you don't just see one team winning. You don't see one team winning. But the a little problem in the NFL is that teams like Detroit, Jacksonville, they never have chances to win. And because it's not really a big market, it's not like the Cowboys, Steelers, and that can get the big players. But other than that, I think the NFL is a good league. Hello.
No way.
He's like, oh wait. Yeah.
But yeah, man. I don't know about Trevor Lawrence. He looking
What's
real
up,
suspect, man. What y'all think about Trevor Lawrence?
Hey, Fred, I did want to ask you something though about this deadbeat hip hop fathers, 60% of murders. I'm curious to know, because do black folks are they unaware of a statistic like this?
It just came out. It just came out this week.
Well,
so.
but there's plenty of crime statistics that are kept and compiled every year. I read one. It's been a while. It's been about 5 or 6 years, but it said that violent crime, black males between 16 and 26 are responsible for over 80% of violent crime. I don't know. I don't compile the statistics. I don't. A lot of times you don't know what to believe, but violence in black communities. I mean, surely black folks are aware of that, but are they not aware how bad it might be?
You know what? I'm gonna speak for myself. I didn't know 7 out of 10, close to 7 out of 10, black children did not grow up with their two biological parents. I didn't know that till I told y'all this year, and it blew me away.
That wasn't the case in the 50s and 60s and 70s.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it was just the opposite.
It was like 20-some%, right?
It was the same as white. From what I've seen, it was basically the same. We've talked before, and I know Mike. I don't know if he's still in there, but he has beliefs as to why. I mean, obviously, the welfare system that prohibits, a man from being in the household. I mean, that right there, that's a recipe for failure there. I watched the evening news tonight, like I typically do while eating dinner, and man, the violence here in Baltimore, it's just fucking staggering. And it's not only the daily murders, it's in the schools. It's a real problem here now that these kids, and I gotta tell you, man, it's black kids, they showing the videos. They're fighting like crazy in the school, beating up the teachers and the principals and all kinds of shit. It's really bad, man. I don't know. You're out in LA. You're out in California, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a fucked up state. I don't know how you live there.
It is bad.
You must be rich. You must be in a good part. But the liberals out in California have absolutely destroyed that state, that golden state. That was the state. Like if you had company at your house and you wanted to impress them, you take them to the best well-furnished part of the house or room. That's what California used to be for the United States. But the liberal politics out there have just literally destroyed that state. And I don't know, I didn't ever ask you about your political affiliation, but I sense that you're not a Democrat.
Not nationally. I'll never vote for a Democrat in the national election again.
Man, I tell you what, that's music to my ears.
Locally, I'll vote for anybody.
Yeah, Democrats are not. They've been hustling black folks for centuries.
Shit! Here comes Michael.
Centuries, man. I can lay it all out for you and tell you exactly how, but I mean, it's right there. A simple history lesson will show you that they've been against advancements for blacks throughout history.
Ronald Reagan was a liberal too, but conservatives like him, don't it? Ronald Reagan, he wanted gun control. He was for gun control.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he was. He was for gun control.
No, he didn't like the Black Panthers. That's what it was.
Yeah, he wanted to take the guns away from the Black Panther.
Yeah,
that's why he made that bill. Yeah. But he still was. They said he still was against it. No, they said he because they said the Black Panther was walking in the middle of the street, and actually him and the other guy, I think one of his friends got shot in the face, something like that, and I forgot his name, Brady, something like that. He passed the Brady bill or something like that. What? Because
Reagan got shot.
Yeah, well, he got shot by a guy. Yeah, he just got out of jail.
Yeah.
few
He
years
pled
back.
insanity. He pled
He did 40
insanity. He
years.
got
Yeah,
out.
he did 44 years, some crazy number like that.
But you know, his kids are liberal now. Reagan, like his kids are just progressive, super. His son is an atheist, and
That's
he did a
interesting.
documentary about Reagan. He said like him and his daughter, like Reagan mom, no Reagan wife, basically her daughter, they ain't even like each other.
Mm.
You know, it was a lot of I ain't know they was doing that. You know, but I feel like everybody
Republicans.
is down the middle. Everybody is like moderate. Like it's never been no president that been like straight liberal or conservative. It always been moderate. This is probably the only era where everybody you have to agree with this side, you have to agree with that side. I'm not a fan of that. You know, I'm down the middle.
Well, that's existed in politics for a long time. It's just probably worse now than it ever was. It's more polarized now, but that bipartisan that's been a part of politics from day one. I'll tell you who's not a conservative, and that's Donald Trump. A lot of people forget when Donald Trump ran for the presidency, he wasn't the Republican favorite. They didn't even want Donald Trump.
You're right.
Only reason he didn't run Democrat is because Hillary had that summed up, so they knew they were going to back Hillary. But it wasn't until the Republicans didn't get behind Donald Trump until the very end when he sent Jeb Bush and all the veteran Republicans, he sent them home early. He just destroyed them in the debates and stuff, and he sent them home early. And he was the popular choice, and it was clear that he was going to be the candidate, and they finally got behind him. But what happened is Trump, good, bad, or indifferent, he's a Washington outsider. And so when he got in there, it was kind of like this dog that I have that needs training. If you take him somewhere, he don't know how to act. He's just a bull in a china shop. And Trump will blow the whistle. He don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. He's going to blow the whistle on shit that he thinks is corrupt. And that's why so many in the Republican Party, along with the entirety of the Democratic Party, they don't want him in there because of that. They can agree on that much. They don't want him because he's going to upset the apple cart. You know.
When he built that wall, that was basically a scam because the other guy when it's like people donated to get the wall built. Like they donated $20 million, $30 million, I forgot how much. And then he pocketed the money. And then one of the persons that he was with, I forgot his name. One of the person, I think it was Batman or something like that. He put it in Batman's name, and then he pardoned in Batman. That whole wall thing was a scam. And then the other thing, what he did with this election fraud, they saying that he's telling people to donate, then he'll put it in the slush fund and then pocket the money. They said that with all that slush fund money, that he bought a house in Florida with that.
Well, you know what, though, bro? For me, whether it's him, Bill Clinton, any one of these presidents, they're probably all guilty of different things to one degree or another. But for me, an accusation is an accusation until you know, if you got, like, even with this latest thing with Trump with the documents, I mean, where's the charges at? Man, if it is what you said it is, I mean, I watched on the news and the hearings and shit. I mean, if it's that and you know that, where's the charges?
And that's the strangest thing. That's the strangest thing because if he's actually guilty of what they saying he's guilty, why play games with him? Like what? Like, come on, man! Like that's a serious offense. Like when has America ever just played the game with somebody that had those kind of charges against them? Like we talking about security, breaching security.
National security.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like America they don't play by no rules when it come to that. Like to me, you said it best when you said that, and I noticed this with Trump. When he ran, I just think it was something on his bucket list. Like he said, you know, he probably figured, man, I want to run for president. I don't think he actually really believed that he was gonna win till he started buying into his hype. And he started like, wow, I'm a household name now, I'm a star. But the fact that he was unlike he was actually able to show who he really was because he didn't need their money. Like he didn't need no support money because he's already a billionaire. Like
they arrested him. They arrested
Well,
him.
precisely.
He's a
So
fraud.
he wasn't going fixing to be corrupted by the same influences that corrupt every level of government. Now, do I know that for sure? I don't know. He could be as bad as people say, because I can't really say I know for sure. But what I liked about him was a few things. One, he stood up for the United States. We had too many presidents in the past that bowing down to foreign leaders and not standing up. As soon as Trump got in there, he met with the dude over there in North Korea, and that guy was putting up a missile every week, and he got him to stop doing it pretty much cold turkey. Then he renegotiated like 6 or 7 trade deals that every president since I was a kid, I remember presidents saying that those trade deals were unfair and that they needed to be changed, but none of them had the balls to do it, because when you try to renegotiate those trade deals, you can upset the economy and cause a bad economy, and they just didn't have the balls to do it. But Trump had the balls to do it, and he changed them, not only with our adversaries, but even with our allies like Canada, Mexico, England. He said, look, if I can just get these trade deals changed a little bit, it's going to make things a little bit more fair. And I'll tell you a couple other things he did. The country was in the middle of a very bad opioid epidemic, and he right away passed laws that basically put the kibosh to these doctors writing these opioid prescriptions. I know firsthand because my wife takes a low dosage opioid, and she had been taking it for years, and then all of a sudden the doctor, he wouldn't give it to her. Also, that 3-strike legislation for drug dealers that black folks claimed affected them disproportionately. Obama had 8 years to overturn that for black folks, and he didn't do it. And
say it again. What bill?
3-strike.
It was the legislation Reagan put forward for, like, if you get caught 3 times, even the third time, and that did it.
But that was back in the crack epidemic. They did that in the crack epidemic because it was 900, 800.
That's when Reagan did it, right?
So they had to calm it down. They had to calm it down.
It was bad law because even pot was on that list. So if you got caught the third time selling a little bit of pot, you're going to jail for life, and that was unfair and disproportionate.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
But that was way before it was stigmatized. Well, marijuana is not stigmatized today like it was in the 90s. So it was a new drug.
It's classification of the drug, and so that was putting people in jail for getting caught with an ounce of pot, and that surely would hurt black folks and stuff. But my point is, Obama could have overturned that. He had 8 years that he could have done that. But Trump did it, and he did it right away. And most of the stuff that he did, the liberal media won't show you. They're only going to show you when he says something like, "Yeah, I grab a pussy once in a while," or some real man shit that he got.
But ain't Biden doing that today? He said that the marijuana, because you still get technically charged for marijuana. He said he changed the law today where you could I forgot what it was the other week. What we can't get charged with a first offense of marijuana.
He did something. Well, marijuana, the cat's out of the bag now. It's legal in 25 states, medically legal in 30 states. I mean, there's no teeth in marijuana laws at this point. But regarding that specific legislation right there, I gotta applaud Trump for that, and a lot of things that he did that the left
and the trade deals were horrible. The last president to balance the budget was Clinton. That's a fact.
Yeah,
he
didn't
balance the budget.
Trade deals.
He made the economy run. Trump.
Yeah, Clinton did
7.8 trillion. That's a fact, though. He balanced the budget. Clinton balanced the budget. That's a fact.
Well, prior to Donald Trump, Clinton was the last president to where there was growth in the middle class. And then Clinton had substantial growth.
Because he spent 7.8 billion. He's 7.8 trillion. He added 7.8 trillion to the deficit. He was a debt spender. He'll just get money to that, give money to this, get a cut corporate taxes. and that's what hurt the economy too, because you got to pay the taxes. He cut taxes for large corporations. Like they said,
Yeah, that's
$7.8
a
trillion
debatable thing right
added
there
to the
when you're
deficit.
talking about taxing corporations,
And
because the
inflation
simple economic
and
argument
that's why inflation happened, because they
corporations.
have to pay that money back. They have to pay the
Yeah, but
deficit
hold on
back.
a second. When you're talking about
Just like
corporate,
Al Heyman in
corporate
boxing,
entities,
if you
they're
you
moving
overpay
more
for the
money,
fighters,
paying more
you have to up the
people.
prices.
Wait, one of y'all got to talk at a time. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jerry.
All right, he can go ahead.
No, I mean that it's a debatable thing when people talk about corporate taxes, and they don't realize that corporations pay billions and billions of dollars in taxes. That's a misnomer. Another lie from the Democratic Party. You know, that they don't pay taxes. Of course they pay taxes. The wealthy people pay the majority of taxes, but in corporations, the reason they get tax breaks is because they're employing millions of people that are providing the tax base. So when you start taxing them hard, then you see how that can't really work in conjunction. If you go overtaxing them, they're going to employ less people. It's a very let me finish. I don't claim to know all about it, but I'll tell you this. I work for rich people. I always have. I got a landscape company, and I've constantly worked for rich people. And here's one thing I know about rich folks. They're some of the hardest working people. They work harder than me. I go to my one guy's a real estate dude. This guy's on the phone at 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been at his house real early, and I've been at his house real late. He's working the whole day long. He's working. He bought a big ass boat a couple years ago, and he told me he'd been out on it 2 times, and he was selling it. I said, "Why?" He said, "I don't have time. I don't have time." Now this guy's got enough money he could easily retire, but I don't know what it is about him. And it's a constant theme. Now, granted, if you're in a rich family like the Kardashians or something, yeah, there's a very small percentage of people that just inherit wealth. But when people are doing good, and then they're doing better, and then they're doing real good, one constant theme you're going to see is their work ethic. They stay on the grind.
I agree, but look at, like, for example, like Chick-fil-A, they hire like 30 or 40, 50, 60 people. They say the girl said that and they just pay you like 5, they just give you 10 hours, 15 hours. I work for a grocery store, and the only people struggling to make money because they don't want to give people Medicaid, they don't want to give people Medicare. It's like and you have to pay a lot of taxes. I see like when I get my check back, it'd be $30 or $40 taken out when you get the money. So I feel like it's not fair for the corporations to basically tax us, but you know what I'm saying, they get to get tax cuts.
Well, the government is taxing.
That's just not fair.
Corporation.
And
And
they only give you 10 to 15 hours a week, 20. You be struggling. You know what I'm saying? And now the corporation, they want to go up on the prices.
Any taxes.
That's the corporation fault, Hello?
Yeah, they certainly should pay taxes, but I do understand why they get tax relief and things like that in the big scheme of things. Now regarding the healthcare and stuff, no, I don't believe in that. I believe in regulation, like when they told Walmart, you got to offer these employees some type of medical benefit plan if they work 40 hours. What did Walmart do? They cut everybody. Right. They cut everybody to 38 hours. Right. And a simple little get around, which the government, I don't know if anything was done in response to that, but it should have been. It should have been, nah, you can't fucking just pull a blicker here. We told you if people are working 40 hours, you got to offer them some type of plan. So, yeah, that's corporate greed, and I don't deny corporate greed, and I know that it's worse now. And that's another thing. Ronald Reagan is kind of responsible. Most conservative Republicans worship Ronald Reagan. I'm not one. I think he did some good stuff, but he's the one that really got that corporate shit greed shit off the ground. He kind of pioneered most of our manufacturing going overseas, which maybe he thought was a good idea for commerce at the time, but it turned out to be just disastrous. And then the funding of the war effort in Afghanistan, he allowed a lot of people believe, and I believe, he allowed drugs to come to this country to help fund and finance
the war.
Afghan. Yeah, yeah.
But why do people love? Why do conservatives love him? Like I seen Trump did a video talking about he loved Reagan. It's like he goes like
give him
he
credit
actually
for
made a
winning
book
the Cold
too.
War.
It's like he'll pick and choose like as the narrative go. It's like he made a book about Reagan. He said he criticized Reagan, but then when he was in front of everybody, every conservative, he was like, "Oh, I love Reagan. Reagan was a good guy." See, that's my problem. He don't stay consistent. That's my problem.
You know, I'm sure, like me, he probably has some good things to say about him and some bad things. But if he's in front of a group of Republicans trying to garner votes, of course he's going to say something like that. That's, you know, somebody probably.
And I saw
told him to say
Biden
that.
in a couple pictures with Reagan too. Like, you know, all of them used to hang out basically.
But they give Reagan credit for ending the Cold War.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's loved. But I personally don't believe that nuclear arms race is what ended the Cold War with Russia. I think they just, people there wanted democracy. They wanted freedom, and the leader was Gorbachev. He just knew at the time, you know, he knew the smart thing was to just go along with it. You know, so, but that's why Reagan, that's one of the main reasons why Reagan, plus, you know, Reagan put himself out there as a patriot. And in some ways, I think he was, but like I say, I'm hit and miss with Ronald Reagan, and kind of the same way with Donald Trump. I mean, a lot of Donald Trump when he did good, yeah, but you know, then there's other things that, you know, if I'm, you know, we got to be fair about things. And
what's the name? Biden, he's a moderate conservative. He's not like no super liberal. Like that's my problem. Like they trying to make him seem like he, you know, he this liberal guy. No, they say he's believing God. You know, he believe in a lot of different things. You know, not everybody is just like a pure liberal or conservative. It's just something. Like,
but if you look at Biden's history,
a lot of people in this era.
If I was a black man, there is no way I would vote for
you
him,
can.
man.
That's what I don't understand. It's no
Yeah,
way.
he's got racism deep in his. Nobody ever called Trump a racist. For 30 years, he was part of pop culture. The Democrats trumped that up to cause political divide.
Right.
But that's not the case with Joe Biden. If you look at Joe Biden's history, I mean, I heard one comment. He said, "We're not going to have my kids. I ain't going to send my kids to a school with a jungle."
A jungle,
and,
yeah.
And he was.
And that's the irony. That's the irony of it, is that you know, how politics are able to sway people's minds, and people could be so foolish and dumb, just outright just senseless and without a brain. Because I've never believed Donald Trump was racist, you know, ever. You know,
I don't
but
think he's racist either. But I just think that if you
he's not
associate,
racist. He's not racist. You know,
you guilty by association. If
I'm
I
gonna
say
tell you,
something about the Jews, right? If somebody says something about the Jews, and I'm hanging out with that person that says something about the Jews, I might not be racist, but that's just by association.
You gotta understand why he did that, though. See, people say that, oh, he was you know, trying to stir up you know, races, the KKK. Now, those were swing voters, man. See, those are the people that didn't vote the last election. Swing voters are the ones who win the election. It was so many people in the middle of America that didn't give a fuck about politics at all, because they weren't represented in politics. So Donald Trump said he got a smart team behind him and advisors. They said, you know what? You got to get on. You got to get these guys behind you. You got to get these people behind you. So what do? He start you know, sending things their way that would excite them and incite them to vote. Now, in the end, what did he do for them? He didn't do a damn thing for them. He just needed that vote. That's how I assess what Donald Trump did with all the KKK and the racists. Whether or not he got, you know, he deeply enrooted, I don't know, and I don't care. But Donald Trump never came off to me as a racist person. You know, I like what Mike Tyson said. Tyson said, he said, man, I'm voting for Trump. He said, anytime Trump see me, let me fight at the Trump Towers, Trump Plaza. He said, every time he seen me, he said, "Hey, Mike, how you doing? How's your family? How's your kids?" He said, and he shook my hand and gave me a hug. He said he was the only person that did that to him. You know, I never looked at Donald Trump as a racist. You know, to me, he's just a brute, honest motherfucker. You know, and I respect that on whatever ground he stand on. He ain't really.
Yeah, I don't think he racist. I just think that, you know, sometimes you associate yourself with people that might, you know, I understand he's doing that for both.
It was a benefit for him. What did he do for them? That's just like Obama. Who did he need when he won the election? Who did he need? He needed swing voters. Who were the swing voters? Black America, specifically black men. But what did he do for us, though? What did he do for black men? Not a damn thing. He needed to garner that vote, though, and he did it. You know, they play on. It's easy to play on people's emotions because.
But I disagree because they voted against everything he did. Congress, everything he put out there, they voted against.
That was the first 2 years. Well, the first 2 years he had Harry Reid.
Yeah,
the first 2 years he had Harry Reid. Sorry about that.
And he didn't understand the scope.
Congress
voted
against. And now they're doing it today. They're doing it with Biden today, where he voted when they voted against the PAC bill for the military. They voted against the thing that helps seniors. It's just like because they don't like a certain person that's in office. They always
no.
Did
It's
that.
not. It's not that he. It's not. Look, this my take on. This is my
helping
take.
The military.
Watch this. This is my take. This is my take on Obama. Why he won the presidency. That shit was to clean up the mess that Bush had with them oil deals. Now, this is just my take on it. I don't think them folks in the Middle East, I think they was basically like, man, we fuck America. We cutting all ties with them. We had a war with them, you know, in our land. And it's a financial war more than anything. It's over this oil that run the country. They said, well, fuck it. We ain't talking to no white person no more. What do the big wigs of America say? We need somebody of color to come in and go be able to talk to them people. Because that's the first thing Obama did when he got in office. He went to go clean that shit up and get back good with them people in the Middle East. And they was acceptable to him because he was a man of color and he had Muslim black background, I believe because of his father. So you gotta always look at what makes business sense. Like
put this with your final comment, Al.
And I agree.
No. Wait. We'll finish. Let Al finish. I'm just saying we'll go around.
If you can convince Lloyd's white man he's better than the best colored man, he will notice you won't pick his pocket.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, man.
No, say what you were saying. I'm just telling everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, you know, he was just used as a piece to.
Appreciate you, Michael Fuller. Michael Fuller beamed out. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you for coming through. Go ahead, Al.
He was just chosen to get back in good standings with the Middle East with that oil, man. You know, you gotta always look at what makes business sense. You know, his first 2 years, Obama really probably wanted to make change, and he kind of showed that, but he didn't understand the scope of his position. Like, you are here for an objective. Anything outside of that, that's not what represents you. You still control, man. So he understood that, and he got in line accordingly. That's why nothing came from for black people. Like, black people thought, oh man, he's gonna change a lot of black people. No, he's not, because that wasn't the objective of getting him in office. Right. You got to look at the big plan behind everything. And to be honest with you, race only plays a small percentage, man. This shit is about global domination, and that's predicated upon economics. So, you know, but they play on people's emotions because people tend to be very foolish and very brainless when it comes to their emotions. You know, logic goes out the window when you tap into a person's emotional weaknesses. You know, they stop thinking. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. It was a great show, man.
Appreciate you coming through, Al.
Definitely a variety of aspects we touched on. Thank you, Jerry, man. You always give a good perspective. Michael Fuller, man, everybody. Appreciate you, friend. Love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, drive safe, dog.
Too, brother.
All right, Jerry, since you're going, you wanted that. Michael Fuller, you left, man. Well, what's up, Jerry?
Yeah, I'll make it quick. Donald Trump, when he came, right before he came into office or right after, he talked about, we had a terrible problem at the southern border. All the other presidents talked about doing something and do anything. Trump said, look, man, we got to fix this fucking problem at the border. We just cannot have thousands and thousands of illegal immigrants flooding in. But then he said some inflammatory stuff like they're rapists and they're drug dealers, and that is where he's not presidential. And that's all it took. That's when the Dems said, we're going to paint this guy as a racist, because he's obviously very powerful in his powers of persuasion. And any politician who's powerful in persuasion, like Clinton was, that's a dangerous politician. And they seen that that's what he was, and they had to do something, and he gave them a little bit of bait to do it, and they took that and they ran with it, and it culminated in 8 months of violent protests and tremendous racial divide that wasn't there prior to that. And it seems to me the Democrats didn't care. They didn't care that they were going to set race relations back. They just wanted his ass out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really all I got to say about that. Good show, and looking forward to the fights this weekend.
Yeah, so am I. I appreciate you coming through, Jerry. Appreciate you,
All right,
dog.
Fred.
Yep.
All right, panel.
All right. Real deal. What you got, man?
New listener, man. I'm a new listener. I love the content. When it comes to my take on it, man, only why I went with oh boy is because of immigration. Because I saw stats in 2007 from Harvard studies literally saying that immigration does affect Black men employment.
Big time.
Well, a lot of people will say, well, that's just jobs, man. You can't get rich off a job. Fuck a job. Shit. Motherfuckers is literally missing out. I'm not going to say 50 billion, 30 billion, but it has to be billions of economic loss. Economic loss. We got too many Black men that's carpenters, handymen. We need apprenticeships when it comes to construction. And I think that, it's supposed to be like a 50-50 thing with me. It's supposed to be the private sector, the Black men corporations, Black men real estate people, be able to figure out on both sides, how can we lobby something? Because it seems like niggas ain't putting up no money. We the main ones that we are marketed to, but no dollars is even put up. If we have a problem, let's put some money up. Because they ain't giving us nothing. But that's my take on it.
Now you got to come back tomorrow, man. Come in earlier.
Sorry about that, sir.
No, yeah, appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you coming through. Troy, what you got, man?
Have a blessed one.
All right, all time, dog. What you got, Troy? Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with protecting the border. I agree with
hell yeah, we got to
taking
protect
certain
the
people
border.
out.
I can't.
I agree with sending certain people out. But 21 Savage, he was an immigrant, technically Black, and we love that. So I feel like that's hypocritical. It's people
it's
that's
not
coming over.
hypocritical.
It's
You're already
Black
here.
Cubans. It's a lot of people that want freedom. What about Europeans? This is Europeans that's coming over on the green card. You know what I'm saying? What about that? They don't talk, but I think that they pick and choose who they want to call out. I just think that that's a double standard. But everybody is here from immigration. Everybody is here. I was hearing the story about Rolly, about how one of his parents had to crawl across the water from Cuba and escape. That was very inspiring, man. Like, he's half Black, ain't it? Half Black and half Cuban. But I agree that about the little job thing, about but what can we do about that? We could have been had this in the 80s. We could have been had jobs in the 80s and 90s. It was just predominantly Black and white country. We should have been had jobs. They should, generational wealth is the thing that matters. And a lot of Black men today, right now, we make the least amount of money in America. We don't want to provide generational wealth. They just want the money right then and, get a couple $2 million and they satisfied. We need somebody like a Floyd that keep pushing, that keep fighting. LeBron James, I know that's different. I look at basketball and sports as a job. I don't look at it as, oh, yeah, it's a sport first, but it's a job too. It's just like a doctor, just like a lawyer, just basketball, football. You're a policeman, you're a security, you working in the grocery store. All of it is a job, period. If you have a job, you have a job. But I feel like we just got to provide generational wealth for our kids. That's the only thing that matters. And that's why I was mad at the little 50 Cent situation, because $6,000 a month, man. Look at the Walmart founder. Look, he gave his kids billions of dollars, and that now they run the company today, right? The Publix founder, the Publix of the grocery store, he gave his kids billions of dollars. Now look, the cycle continues. That's how the white community got their wealth. The Jewish community, look at the Jewish community, they pass wealth down. We don't want to do that, and that's why we stuck in that situation of not having the money. That's why we going to the courtrooms and losing. The reason why OJ won, because he had the money. He had that money, he invested the money, and now I think he getting $20,000 a month. See, that's what happened. And a lot of white men that usually get off on cases like that is because they had money. Period. We just got to provide money for our kids. Forget the talking. Oh, Biden and Trump and all that. No, what about money? It's about money. Provide money for your kids. Provide money for your family. I cannot eat, you talking. I can't eat words. I can't eat, oh, you're a strong black man, you're a strong black woman. I can't eat that. Period. At the end of the day, it's about providing financial wealth. And the richest people in the country, white people, Jewish people, Asian people, they don't commit crimes because they have a stability. They had stability for their whole life, basically. I think you're doing a good job with your kids, with piano practice. My little cousin, they play the piano at the church. And that's a little, I think they get, how much they get paid? $60 to $70? You can find little knick-knack jobs like that, you know what I'm saying? DoorDash or whatever, make a little side money, build it up, basically. But that was what I got to say, man.
No, I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
All right. Thank you.
I appreciate it. What you got, Kane?
I don't got much, brother. But what the other guy said was very valid about how the immigrants crossing the border. Honestly, it only affects the minority communities.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect anybody else other than minorities. I mean, I might be hypocritical that I don't really like people coming across the border. But I mean, my parents came not across the border, but I mean, when it was legally allowed to cross the border in like the 1960s, but that's pretty much it. And then hopefully the fights are good this week. Hopefully no one gets robbed.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
All right, Fred, have a good one, bro. Hopefully Shields wins. I think they're gonna rob her, but we'll see.
It feel like it's set up like that, but man, Shields got to get this done, man. All right, I'm all in on Shields, man. Come on, Carissa. Come on, Carissa. Bring it home, man. Bring it home. Get you, dog. Kyle, you still there or you gone? Kyle gone, man. Yeah, he gone, man. I appreciate you guys coming through tonight, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, man. I totally appreciate y'all coming through, man. We had an intimate crowd tonight, man. What didn't we talk about tonight? Yeah, man. I genuinely appreciate y'all, man. Tomorrow's Tuesday, man. Yeah, man. Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. I have something to do tomorrow. I can't remember what I have to do tomorrow, but I guess it'll pop up on my phone when I get up in the morning. What's up, peoples? People stayed up with us tonight, man. But, man, this Saturday, man, have a great time, man. Have a great time with your friends and family. It's a great day for college football. It's a great day for boxing. I just saw Wilder get off his private jet. And, yeah, man. So hopefully everyone stays safe, man. Let's get to the weekend safe, man. You know what I mean? No drinking and driving. Hold yourself accountable. Make sure you work out. Make sure you work out. You pick up your kids. You love your wife. You love your woman. Man, you love your kids, man. Man, the barbershop is where we hold men accountable, man. You know what I mean? Cyberly as best we can. Shout out to KB, man. He lost 14 pounds. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, man. We getting in shape, man. We getting in the best shape of our lives, man. We gonna love our family. We gonna have sex to the day we die. You know what I mean? Pill free. You know what I'm saying? Even if you gotta lose a little pill or two, you know what I mean? I know. It's cool. But, at the end of the day, at least you still got the energy to want to do it, though. You know what I mean? Shit. You know what I mean? We love our family. Raising our kids, man. It's beautiful, man. Yeah, man. We love our kids, man. Love our kids, man. It's beautiful, man. Speaking of kids, man, I got to do my mentorship this week. Man. So I'll be doing that this week. I'll post it. Hopefully I'll inspire somebody. Today was leg day. Yeah, I did bench. I did let's see. I did 7 sets. I went up to 225. I did 225. I did 4 reps, 4 sets of 5 at 225. And then I played around with some other stuff. But yeah, that's what I did today. That was the meat of my workout. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad we working out, man. That's awesome, man.
Peoples Hernandez.
Yeah, we getting better every day, man. So, anyways, man, I totally appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Awesome. And if you on Instagram, man, tag me, man. Tag me if you're doing anything with your kids. Tag me. Playing in the park, picking them up. And we got to make this shit, man. We got to make this shit be cool again, man. You know what I mean? If you got a local hero in your community, holler at me, man. We'll interview him. Appreciate y'all, man. Holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Thank you, guys.
Mañana.